No. We're going to we're going to pray at auspicious, so we can pray all together. Actually, I'm not translator, and my English is very terrible. But Linda, she told me I have to translate. So I will try my best. And Rinpoche say, today I came to here, and I got very excellent opportunity to see all of you, and I'm very happy to come here. And also our Jetsunma, she did really wonderful job to establish center and also to growing this sangha. This is really very excellent, and I'm really happy sincerely from my heart. And also today you did very good organized for me, so I'm very happy and thank you. Awong Rinpoche and all Sangha and everybody, today I want to say Tashi Delek, all of you.
Nandanji, Dinanga, Champagne, and some Corndabuchi. There the Duji Shuna Samayi, she did that she chose it.
Actually, even myself, I don't know how to teach. And I am not like that much educated person. But I am very glad to come here and gatherings, many Sangha and people. So therefore, I'm going to explain about 7-line prayer, how do we practice, how do we visualize. And also I'm going to explain a little bit compassion and loving kindness. When we talk about Buddhism, then it's very important to have preparations and actual practice and dedications. So whenever we talk about Buddhism, generally, the starting or preparation times, we have to take refuge, and we have to have compassion, and also we have to generate bodhicitta mind. That is one of the foundation or one of the base for our Buddhism. So therefore, the preparation time or like starting times, we have to take refuge from 3 jewels, and also we have to generate bodhicitta ourselves for all sentient beings. So, therefore, taking refuge and bodhicitta is very important and also foundation of our Buddhism. And therefore, I'm going to explain very shortly bodhicitta and taking refuge and bodhicitta. So therefore, when we say Sangye Chödang Soje Chonam La Changchu Pardo Tani Japsongche, those 2 lines is to taking refuge. And Sangye Chödang Soje Chonam La Changchu Pardo Tani Japsongche, Taki Chinso Njebe Sonam Je Dola Penje Sangye Dubrasho, the second 2 lines that is generate to bodhicitta. So therefore, I'm going to explain a little bit refuge and bodhicitta.
That in the Jamdo Simji to Son in the Tambo Soshin Kevi Komdanda Vade, that Dingi Nangar, the Netum Sanje, Chöta Gindu, Lama Yidan Kando, Chen Chugulungu Tugula Sobe, Gemne Tamje, Dingi Nanga Musundo, Shuyu, Sambe Mevadindanandi, Kevi Komdandinaranans.
So when you're taking refuge, first of all, you have to visualize right in front of the space. So you have to visualize 3 jewels, 3 root, and all Buddha Bodhisattva and all Sangha. You have to visualize everything's right in front of your space with devotions and faith and also with fear view.
And then it gives on the again. Sambada Vatianga, that take what Chimbu into, the Rani Jibu Chitomaimba, the Nugget Hadanya Messenger, Tam, Denny, Gavanda Budi, 시신이 진지와데 체도 되네와 덤발람로지 수지 되네 결승도 사바들나나.
So when we taking refuge, and that time is very important to have pure motivation or Mayana motivations. So when you're taking refuge, I'm going to taking refuge from Buddha Dharma Sangha because I want to enlighten for myself and also I want to guide for all sentient beings. So therefore, so I'm taking refuge. You have to altitude or you have to motivations. Buddha is master or teacher and Dharma is path and Sangha is spiritual community to supporting to you. So you have to have motivation like that kinds things when you're taking refuge. And also, the time is not like Hinayana or Pratikayana's Buddha's times to taking refuge only to get just temporary state. The Mahayana Buddhism time, you have to have things. I'm going to taking refuge until to get Buddhahood all sentient beings.
Jidan semki sendi samba sangbochi imbari di nane ge chanju ji sem sidu dene shirab ge ko ne zochana mi gwa da ninji ko ne shendren la mi gwa o de de sur ni da ne mi semdi da de chanju ji sem shu ye wale.
So that is to explain very shortly our refuge, and then about Bodhicitta. When we talk about Mahayana Buddhisms, the Bodhicitta is foundation of the Mahayana's path, Mahayana's times. So therefore, when we talk about Bodhicitta, the Bodhicitta meaning actually is a good heart, to having good heart. And especially the Mahayana's times, the Bodhicitta meaning is very, very special good heart. Like we have to have that 2-point mind to visualize enlightens from your wisdom, and also you have to have compassion for all sentient beings. If you have like that kind 2-point minds, then we say that is Bodhicitta minds. So therefore, actually, Bodhicitta mind's meaning is like to having good heart. So Mahayana's times, the Bodhicitta meaning is really special good heart, or like to visualize Buddhahood. First, you have to have compassion on sentient beings, and then you have to visualize, or you have to have some sort of the promise to liberate all those sentient beings to the Buddhahood. If you have like those kind 2-point mind, then we say that is special Bodhicitta mind.
That is shirogwe ninje shendren mi ba da shiro dojang mi ba se de ganda yin xue na de nga zo ji gen ge zo de je de ganda ji nang ge yin ne ran yi je be tan ma yin ba de na nang ge ta da yin be sin de tan je ko dong ji ja zo de de che do sa ba de da je sim je mi ba di ninje shendren mi ba o sin je tan je ja de ne ge ge de wa ngo do mi da ma yin ba. And
whenever you're doing practice reciting or generation stage or completion stage or like accumulative whatever virtue, you have to have those 2 kinds motivations or like those 2 kinds point of mind. And that is, when you starting to practice like visualization or like to offerings or generation stage or completion stage, that times, first of all, you have to thinkings for all sentient beings. They're getting real sufferings. So I want to make free from suffering all those sentient beings. You have to have like that kinds compassions. And not only that, above that, you have to thinkings Buddhahood. How do I have to get Buddhahood myself, and also not only myself, to all those sentient beings, to get that kind of Buddhahood through this practice, through this generation stage practice, through this completion stage practice, through this, like whatever you're doing practice. So you have to think like that kinds, pure motivation, or like those two different kinds point of mind. If you have like that kind of minds, then we can say that is bodhicitta mind, or we can say wishings bodhicitta.
Drola Penjiri said, you Ninji Shendin Mikuchi. Sanje Dubsho said, Shirabji Tojan Mibiti, or Tiginibadi, Didasi Jenny, Surinibudi, Didasi, Kayungris.
So in there are two different kind of word. One word is Dola Penchir, and one word is Sanje Dubarsho. The Dola Penchir meaning is you visualize all sentient beings through your compassions. So that is meaning of the to visualize all sentient beings. And then second word, Sanje Dubarsho, meaning is accomplish Buddhahood for myself and also all sentient beings. That is to visualize Buddhahood. So if you have like that kinds to meaning, then we can say that is real bodhicitta.
Dine jimbale chungi sunam chevi shi, chudimne chungi sunam chevi shi, gombale chungi sunam chevi shi, siche sunam chevi shi sum. O dine yewa yindu, di tari ngāndo di zodo, gombale chungi sunam chevi shi, kongso dugayari, zo chewa dawadi.
So generally when we talk about bodhicitta, so there are two different kinds: bodhicitta, wishing bodhicitta, and engaging bodhicitta. So, which is, I explains the last one, that is wishing bodhicitta. And the second one, engaging bodhicitta, is like when you're doing real practice. And actually we have three different kinds. We have three different kind door, or like three different kinds door to come to virtue. So these times when we talk about engaging bodhicitta, meaning is really when you're doing practice really, like generosity and disciplines and all those 6 different kind paramita, that is we say engaging bodhicitta. So therefore, actually I'm going to explain about 7-line prayer, how to do practice. And before that, very important to taking refuge and also to generate bodhicitta mind. So here, before you're doing practice about 7-line prayer, so you have to generate bodhicitta mind. I'm going to practice this 7-line prayer for all sentient beings to get enlightened. Also myself, so you have to generate like that kind of bodhicitta. So you must have like that kind of motivations, and then I'm going to give refuge and bodhicitta vows, so you can repeat me. You can repeat me 3 times and 3 times.
Sanje chodang choji chonamla.
Sanje chodang choji chonamla.
Changju pardo dani gyapsuchi.
Changju pardo dani gyapsuchi.
Dagi jinso jibe sunamki.
Dagi jinso jibe sunamki.
Dola penjir sanje dubrasho.
Dola penjir sanje dubrasho.
Sanje chodang choji chonamla.
Sanje chodang choji chonamla.
Changju pardo dani gyapsuchi.
Changju pardo dani gyapsuchi.
Dagi jinso jibe sunamki.
Dagi jinso jibe sunamki.
Dola penjir sanje dubrasho.
Dola penjir sanje dubrasho.
Sanje chodang choji chonamla.
Sanje chodang choji chonamla.
Changju pardo dani gyapsuchi.
Changju pardo dani gyapsuchi.
Dagi jinso jibe sunamki.
Dagi jinso jibe sunamki.
Dola penjir sanje dubrasho.
Dola penjir sanje dubrasho.
Wata di kiamdo simji di dhoti te dagi dungi nangar Gyewe lama gyewa sada jawa sayadaba de tamze wedu shuni de rangla timdi rangi simdang ba yeme tu de song sabi ngala dirasi nyamba shoro nansi.
So now you're having taking refuge and also to generate bodhicitta, and which is you visualize all those refuge tree before right in front of you, right in front of you in the space. So now you have to visualize all those refuge tree to dissolve yourselves, inseparables with you, and then you have to also things to dissolve, the all Buddha, Bodhisattvas, body, speech, mind, to dissolve your body, speech, mind, and then it will become inseparable to yourselves. And then Nyamlin this sem the Rinpoche, then the Nyambar Shasung, and then you should meditate for a short times.
다 디네 당의시 다 지든 곰대나야디 다 지든 선대 그러나 대보전 잘 숨숨이 이 지든 선대 잘 당보디 거수 되네 소신이 고만나 잘 니바디 거수 되네 이시바 전창 데 잘 숨바디 거수 데 소한데 버제 어떤다다버디 딘다시.
So when you're doing this 7-line practice, you have to think about the meanings of the 3 different kinds. So you have to have read 3 times, and then the first times you have to visualize all those refuge tree, Padmasambhava and all Dakini and all Dakha and all deity and all 3 times Buddha. You have to visualize all those refuge tree. And then second time when you say the 7-line prayer, the second times, then that times you have to invite the wisdom beings from his pure land. And then third times, when you invite already the wisdom beings and to become inseparables with a refuge tree, and then third times, when you reciting the third times, then you have to supplications to Guru Rinpoche and all Dakha and Dakini.
Wada dinda sajen chidun sende char tangpoti suwe koso danja di chidun korang ma do shenpaki danja kaya mewa che chidun dirang songdi wa mikwa choshin kumdanda de rangin dundu yanla kyadan dembi dine wato tangshi tima mewa che sayadab de uso dine sibi gyungi magawe tar medo beme dombo den sindu da java sayadab de dendo dine tabdan shiramnya tsumbe tar dine nime denda de dendo dawe denji jewa dina sajen bema nima dawe dendi zu rangin dundo dina su kumra nas.
So, however, when you're doing this 7-line practice, so you have to visualize the refuge tree. And if I explain a little bit specifically, then you have to sit down, and then right in front of you have to visualize that also like pure land and like golden land, golden place. And then there you have to visualize the very, very clean river. And then right between clean river, you have to visualize the tree, the Pema Gesar tree. Then top of the tree, and then you have to visualize mundis, sandis, and mundis. The sandis, mundis, that is signify of the method and the wisdom. And on top of that, then you have to visualize Padmasambhava very, very clearly.
Wada dendi dendo dene ngotinja zala mata yer machiba imbala den namba de ujinji loben doji chang pemanjune dene kundo kala mawen dangchakba de ku shuni chan dindabo lojebe nazo tamba dene shabni dene gyurmi doji tabi dingi dele yuwa mebe taso, de doji jidungdo shuba, o dinda kumra naso.
And when you visualize Padmasambhava, so you have to visualize very clearly, and also you have to visualize Padmasambhava himself is like very young style, and all his ornaments and clothes and jewels, everything you have to visualize very clearly, and then also his style, sitting style is like lotus posture, and that is signifier of the meditations by all equals samsara and nirvana, and also you have to visualize whatever you have, like head and bajara and veil, everything. So you have to visualize very clearly.
Tene chaye sirgi doji tenga ba tuga nambati, ishi nga tante shi lobari deba tante jombe ta, tene yomba nyamshake tena kaba da tuji kawa nambati, jinju tuba polo chodo tumu yungu zoe ta, de tendo de chimi tse pumba, de jeba de tse rinzi nyebe ta tinda yinsa, tinda kundra na.
His holding is 5-point bajra, that is signifier of the 5 wisdom, and through that wisdom, or like from that kind of blessing or like power, to remove all obstacle or to remove all demons. Whoever doing practice, we have lots of different kind of obstacles. So he's holding 5-point bajra, that is signifier of the 5 wisdom, and also that activities to remove all obstacle and to remove or subjugate all demons and all whatever obstacle we have. And then left hands he holding the kapala, and that is signifier of the siddhi, to givings, blessing or siddhi, whoever doing practice or whoever following to him, that is signifier of the blessing to give ready all follower or his disciple. And also top of that he has one vas, that meaning is like long life vas, or like signify of the city of long life. So whoever we doing practice this 7 line, whoever supplication to Padmasambhava, whoever visualize to him, whoever fasted or whoever following to him, he's ready to give long life, ready to give general city or like special city. So therefore he holding kapala and then long life vast.
Tene nasa nalo de sangha kabu de tene rig thamjen diwe tata, de tendo pyoga de sangha chinage che thamje thusu chiwe ta, de tendo tene chogu liang seki bata de kemba de nyendo ji teba thamje yonsu tobe ta, de tendo tene sawa pim sawa de chanju simbe teba tobe ta chene.
So also he wearing 4 different kind clothes. The inside one he has the white shirt. That is signify of the he accomplished all 5 Vajrasattva or Ranasambhava and Amitabha Buddha, like all those 5 signifier of the accomplish all 5 Dhyana Buddha. And the second one is signifier of the he accomplished all tantric teachings, and then third one's the signifier of the all Hinayana's teachings, and then fourth one's the signifier of the he accomplished all Bodhicitta, and also signifier of the Mahayana's teaching.
di chi marbu yewa di dene sungpe meri su tsumbe tata dene nang mambu yewa di chugun yuwa mewa tsumbe tata chi dina yinsa
chi
marbu
di sungpe meri
su tsumbe tata sanje nawa ta yagi tuwa shinto yadu tsunindu yagi shiyadu dine nguru rinpoche kutamba yinzi sungpe meri su tsumbe tata yin
den nang di rinpoche nang di
and
then also he has Pema tondrils, cap of the Pema tondrils. That meaning is like the out of the cave that is red, that is signify of the Amitabha Buddha's blessing of the Amitabha Buddha. The inside cave that is blue color, that is signify of the unchanging city or unchanging accomplishment.
Then ushegi dot yusidi dog dendi taranangi juben yibati. Then yishinga yirang shinjengi ringe wangkuwe tata. Then di dino doji zengabati tu doji chumbe tata. Then goji dodi tawa kadar yambe ta. Then dino nimadan tawa yibati jujanamji maribi mimbasire tache. Odilase migbatida skumrana.
Rinpoche tangbo de kandiyo?
Tangbo di tokden taranangi juben yishinga yirang shinjengi ringe wangkuwe tata.
So he has 5 different kinds close top of his cave that is signify of the 5 wisdom. Di kangla Rinpoche kare? Rinpoche di tengla?
Di tengla torchi di.
Torchi di?
Tu torchi chunji.
Tu torchi.
No.
And then top of that he has one bajara, and that is signify of the wisdom, or signify of the bajara wisdom, Di tengla nimadan tawa rwa Rinpoche. Torchi tengla.
Kuyo ki to di, dine tawa kada yambe tata yi.
And kuyo ki to.
No.
To di ta lao shi ma sa.
Torchi ki to zeti.
And then top of there, I don't know how to explain the ones. No. I don't know. Actually, that is signify of the view, like sky. And also there are one sun and moons that is signify of the making cleans our ignorance, or to making clean all sentient beings' ignorance. And also he has lots of different kinds of ornaments. That is, the meaning is he accomplished Sambhogakaya's level, and also he accomplished Nirmanakaya level. Therefore he has lots of different kinds of ornaments. And also his holdings sword from his left hand, so that is signify of the wisdom. At the sword, they have 3 different kind point that is signify to cutting all sentient beings, ignorance, desire, and fright. And the 3 different kind skull, that is meaning of the 3 different kind kaya. The Kabbalah sum the kusum chanjer var the 3 different kind. There are 3 different kind skull, that is meaning of the 3 different kind kaya. And then below there, they have one pot that is meaning of the to giving blood. So Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. And then after that, they have small vase that is symbolize his holding all city to giving all his follower or all sentient beings. And also below there they have 4 different kind bhajara that is signify of the he accomplished all 4 different kind activity. And also he has many different, in their sword also they have some clothes and also in another some another ornament that is signify of the to subjugate or to magnetizing all dark and darkini.
Tene kadang tesum yawati lo tene jage anong tene guyo reso. Di tene tutu jeto, tene drupa deko yungutu nyebe tari.
And also, there are 9 different kinds, like, your earrings. That is meaning of to accomplish 9 different kinds of city.
Oda tende ke choshin di pa namba tenzo pa namba sewa sidi. Pe ku yibtang di chama pa sebo jenje kana chuje je mande batabu se dewe di namba sewa. Namba sewa da mayimbe dadun di ke cho chama.
So when you visualize Padmasambhava, you have to visualize or you have to focus all his ornaments and everything, so whatever he's wearing, like 4 different kind of clothes, and then holding bajara, belt, and pot, and sword, and his caps, everything. So you have to visualize very clearly. And then secondly, you have to understand all those meanings each by each. So now you have to visualize what I explained, and then we have to read, or we have to recite 7-line prayer 3 times altogether.
Kodo kandro mambe khor keje jeso darungi chinje laje jeso su guru bema sidi odi choshindi kom ta thari nibade kaso ishiba jendemba sedi ti ishi jende dando de kandase dengori shuna odi dar choshin kombe di choshin Guru Rinpoche Jiuru, Kudo Jiranshi Yeke Kabo, Dimbar Sungdo Jiranshi Yeke Amabo, Tugar Tudo Jiranshi Yeke Humbo Sum Setavana, Odira Alatambo Ying to Sumbuti Seterana.
Guru Rinpoche dan Dunyi Damba Setav Shubaderva.
Guru Jiu Dimba Ni Tugas
So that time, just you have to visualize the Guru Rinpoche or like refuge tree, and then second time when we recite the 7-line prayer, that is meaning of the inviting Padmasambhava from his pure lands, and these times you have to visualize 3 different kinds letter. Top of his head, you have to visualize the letter Om, and his neck, you have to visualize letter A, and you have to visualize his heart, letter Hons. And then letter Om is signifier of the Vajrabodhi, and letter A is signifier of the Vajra speech, and letter Hons signifier of the Vajra wisdom. And so you have to visualize 3 different kind of letter at his top of his head and speech and his heart.
Da yeke dusum seta. Then toge hunyi de vesirbe choju sing tamje na treti. The choju sing tamje na shubi jawa seta jaba tamje ki tudamji gyugu. De tamje jande ne gurupe me kui nambatabu tinda yeshi simba tinda namgyur dabu tin gurupe me kui nambatabu. Dine yang vesirde santo pejiri shingan na treti. Uje bema june koru deni jawa jadu thoda jaba tam jaya ishi simbe number 20 de rangi jiur kumbe tamji batela be yeme do timti chodo chushaba na shi yeme roje do choso sambe mebatinda narana.
And after that, now you have to visualize from his little homes, you have to visualize the from later home the arisings, lots of different kinds, radiate, and then ascendings, all Buddha Bodhisattvas pure lane, and that is sort of the invitation letter or invitations. And then through that radiate, you have to invitings Padmasambhava himself from his pure lanes, Kabalakara mountains. And also same times you have to visualize Daka, Dakini, all his entourage, and also from different pure lanes you have to invite many different kinds of deity. But you have to visualize their natural is like their own deity, but you have to visualize their form is like all deity is like style of Padmasambhava. So wherever you have to invite, like you can invite also many different kinds of pure lane, but you have to visualize all those deities style is Padmasambhava. Even the natural is like their own deity, and then this is we say wisdom deity or wisdom beings. And then when you inviting from their pure lanes, and then you have to visualize the all wisdom beings to dissolve Samaya beings, which is you visualize before right in front of your space or right in front of in space. So there are two different kinds of beings, Samaya beings and then wisdom beings, which is you visualize before right in front of your space, that is wisdom beings. So now you inviting from Samaya beings later homes, there is arising lots of different kinds of radiate, and then inviting the wisdom beings, and then inviting to then making dissolves in several wisdom being and then Samaya being. So now we have to recite the second time 7-line prayer, and that time you have to visualize, which is I explain right now. No Johnson, Bemangesa Tombola, Yanzen Chogi Mudunye, Pemanjone Shesonda, Kordo Kando Mambe Kor. Keji Shesoda, Chinji Labji Shesosa, Guru Bema, Sidi Hum.
That Hariniba, Jendeba, the Truvaja. That's our somebody, that's so andeba, said he. So andebdandavadi, the Puson Sovanga, say, that Jidan Guru Rinpoche, Namdar Tizo. Chidang Guru Namdar, the China Samsung, Namdar Mabuyari, the Inet, and the Tocheva, Chi Namdar, Tocheva Jenny, or the turned to 10 so and the Kuyaris.
So we have done the second times reciting 7-line prayer. So now we have to recite third times. And then these times we have two supplications to Padmasambhava. And when we supplicate to Padmasambhava, we have to think all his history. And when we talk about Padmasambhava's history, we have to explain 3 different kinds meaning or 3 different kind history, like outer meaning or inner meaning and secret meaning. So these times when we supplicate, that time we have to visualize or we have to think the outer meaning of his history.
That is so understand the person Soba Nasi, ne person Soba the Chi, then 2 person Soba the Ni, Dumba person Soba the Sum, 2 person Soba the Shi, 4 person Soba the Nga, and that's it, so understand.
And when you supplicate, that times you have to supplicate through 5 different kind excellences. First is excellences of the place, and second is times, and third is master, and fourth is teachings, and fifth is disciple or entourage. So we have to think 5 different kind excellences when we supplicate to Padmasambhava.
Ujian Junubjan, some say the Digi, Nepisod of Sungiaris, the Nepisod of a cadets and Guru Rinpoche, that do Jetundo, Tubadabo Chungkoki, Chungse Nedabudi, the news under the Ujian Nubjan Kitamso, then the Yana Jada, then the Danakushi swing say, then say Ned, Cabretta, the race, the turn the Sungiaris.
So when we say Hum Urjin Yuljin Nubjang Tsam, so that times the meaning is excellences of the place. Now, Guru Rinpoche, he was born place of the Otiana, northwest of the Otiana, and Danakosha, so meaning is a river of the Danakosha. So Urjin Yuljin Nubjang Tsam's meaning is like excellences of the place. You know, we have to think in 5 different kind of excellences. So this is excellences of the place where he was born from the lotus.
And then the Bema Kesser Dombola said, Siniva digi Tubus Towadi. The Candaris and Nata Sanjanawa Tayaki Togani Yagi, she Sintu Jadu Tunin to trade. They were the Londa Bodita, Telgilo, Telgin, Sebajula. And
second lines, Bema Geser Tumbola. So that is explains excellences of the time. Whence Buddha Amitabha arising or later free to the Danakosha's river. And so that is, according to lunar calendar, is year of the Mongi and 6 months and 10th of day, and he was born that day. So that is meaning of the excellences of the time.
And then the choking to near said the church was also Chirtanguru Rinpoche. Sanje Nawataya, Papa Genesis, Yeme, Sondo Jube, Namdu Yindu, Inegi, Kimbi, Kimba Tamjibe, Kinda Nusungi, and the Badu, Mevanga, the Yinayang, Dujenang, Tomar gave it to soon. Dine Jesse Bandi, didn't do sugar job, Dine never give Mamma be Dujanamji, and Gondi, Bendita Mambuki, Shavla took the St. John of David, choose them dead. And then it is Taradine, so the Tumuju to Tarchiba never you do. What the chips and so then by this.
Yamzen Choki Nutubnies, the third line times, they explain excellences of the Dharma. And actually, when we talk about Padmasambhava, himself is like emanation of the Amitabha Buddha and Avalokiteshvara. So he himself is inseparable, Amitabha Buddha and Avalokiteshvara. So he no need to study, no need to listening, no need to contemplation, no need to do practice, because he accomplished already essence of the Amitabha Buddha or essence of the Avalokiteshvara. So therefore he hasn't to do listenings or contemplations or practice, because he accomplished everything whatever he needs. Spontaneously he accomplished Amitabha Buddha and Avalokiteshvara. So that reason, so no need to study, no need to receive any teachings, and no need to do any more practice. But view of the sentient beings, or according of the sentient beings thinkings, or sentient beings capacity, or sentient beings fads, he showing sentient beings another different kind styles or forms. He was born from the lotus. He hasn't father, he hasn't mother, and he born spontaneously from the lotus. Also, he accomplished all siddhi the same time. And then after that, when he was born, after that, according to sentient beings' mind, or according to sentient beings' capacity, he showed in front of the sentient being how to receiving teaching, and how to contemplation, meaning how to do the practice. And he did everything, so he becomes like princess. And then after that, he left the palace, and then he received many different kind of teaching in India, many different kind of players, and he received teaching from many different kinds pandita, master, and also he did just like artificial style, artificial listening, artificial contemplation, artificial practice. He did like everything, because if he don't do like that, then could be disciple or sentient beings, they're thinking he is like no real master, so he cannot, this lineage is not real, or this lineage is like unbroken lineage. Could be all human beings or disciple could be thinking like that. So for that, actually he hasn't to do any things, because he accomplished everything. But according to sentient beings' mind, or according to sentient beings' capacity, he did everything. And then also he accomplished general city or a special city, and then also he accomplishes spontaneously, or he accomplished also view of the in front of sentient beings. So therefore, Yamsen Choji Ngudu Nye meaning is like, if we say truly, he no need to do anything from his side, and also according to sentient beings' mind, also he show everything how to accomplish city. So therefore, Yamsen Choji Ngudu Nye meaning is like excellences of the Dharma, how to he accomplish according to sentient beings' capacity.
Do nyandegi nando ya ngani dine minane noni churu ni chene dana kuchi tsulin to kuna labi kibu chung suana shi sanje nigi long tenpa shindo dine dana kuchi tsulin to medo peme tombo le ranchun to kutamba yindu di tena ya dine pema chungne ham soji doji se dindagi chenji namda dira chunga digi tenpa pesun soba de sumi yore.
And the fourth lines that explains master or Tempa or like teacher, Padma Juni himself. Pema Jungne Shesota meaning is Padma meaning is lotus, and Jung meaning is coming or come from the lotus. And Shesota meaning is like in India or Otiana people saying he is lotus bones. So therefore, the line number 4 explain excellences of the teacher or excellences of the master, Pema Juni himself. And also that is according to Buddha Shakyamuni's prophesied. Buddha Shakyamuni, he prophesied before he passed into Parinirvana, he prophesied after 112 years, like Padmanjuni, something like that kind of person coming from the lotus. So he was born from lotus according to Buddha Shakyamuni's prophecy. So therefore, he got also names, Pemajuni or lotus bones. So therefore, the line number 4 that explains the excellences of the master or excellences of the Tempa or teacher.
Dene kodo kandro mambe kur sedi korpesun sowa. Dene guru ne nishipa kandro shenya rinze tutu jatutu samjimi jebe korwa de yindu di tuende sungi gare digi korpesun sowa tembare.
The line number 5 that is explains excellences of the entourage or excellences of the his disciple, Kordo Kanto Mambu. Kor meaning is his entourage or his entourage, and Kanto meaning is all Dakini. When we talk about Padmasambhava, he has all times more than 100,000 Dakini surrounded by him. So therefore, Kordo Kanto Mambu, the 5th lines explains excellences of the entourage.
Kansibu takum tarchimba yunga dedo yang. Dedo domba sumji lamla dene denda sijungi yore. Denda yinde ngaranzo yine che sotar na chansi samariba zaba ngaji domba sumbu tela dene dede ji pantoga yunde tamze pa tarchimba. Denda yunga den gururumba chi keji kusundo chi chinlap denda ala zulu se denda denda rezo.
And then second 2 lines, so meaning is making wishings ourselves. I want to accomplish all city, or I want to accomplish like level of the you. So therefore, please give me your general or special city, whatever you have, whatever you accomplish. And actually, whatever we accomplish, that is everything come from three different kind vows. Vows of the individual liberations, vows of the bodhisattvas, and vows of the tantra. So actually everything's, whatever we got result or whatever we accomplish result, that is come from some cause, that is main cause is like three different kind of vows. So anyway, however, so I want to accomplish result, or I want to accomplish Buddhahood. So you have to support me, or you have to give me, or you have to grant me a blessing right now, whatever you have to accomplish, that is making wishings ourselves. So therefore, when you're reciting this 7-line prayer, when you supplicate to Guru Rinpoche, you have to remember all those 5 different kind excellences. And then also you have to visualize very clearly Guru Rinpoche himself, like his styles, his ornaments, and also meaning of the ornaments. And also sometime when you supplicate, also you have to offering 7 different branch. And so therefore you have to do tran by tran. Sometimes you have to remember this 7-line prayer, 5 excellences, and sometimes you have to remember meaning of his ornament or meaning of his whatever he has, and also you have to remember his kindness, and also you have to do 7 branch offering, and so then you have to recite the 7-line prayer, and also you have to supplicate to Guru Rinpoche to making accomplish, and also to wishings whatever you need or whatever you want. So therefore you have to remember all those quality, all those excellences, and then you have to recite. So now we're going to recite 3 times, the 3rd times, 7-line prayer. Yunje no jang sam pema kesa tongdo la yanzen chogi ngodo nye pema jone she soda kodo kando mambe kur keji che soda ro chinje labje she so guru pema siti tadine tidu sindu tarkashich. And then you can do same visualize, you can remember same meaning, and then we're going to recite this 7-line prayer again all together separate time. Yamzen choje modonya bemanjone jesoda kodo kando mambe kor keje jesoda do chinje la jeso guru bema sede uje yuje no jansam bema kesa tombola yanzen choje modo bemanjone jesoda kodo kando mambe Keje jeso da doji jinje loji jeso guru bema sete. Ongo ujen yuje no jantam bema kesa tombola yende choge mudu. Bema jone jeso da kodo kando mambe koro keje jeso da jinje loji jeso guru bema sete. Ujen yuje no jantam bema tombola yende choge jeso da kodo kando mambe koro keje jeso da do jinje loji jeso guru bema sete. Ujen yuje no jantam bema kesa tombola yende Bemanjone jeso da kodo kando mambe keje jeso da doji jinje loji jeso guru bema sete.
tenda se chidu sundu tarmanyu kaze sana giyene tenda de sana tene da sa tsare jugudela tun dogal haga da wanshilin bimigba se tene guru jiwuru dimbar a tuga hundi tagine setawiyare tene guru jiwu omlewe se karbuchung tene dagi jiwuru tim pumbewanto lam kirin kumbalawan debu tugundu sabi gyuda shaso sambe mebatinda narana.
So you can recite as much as depends your times, and then after that you have to visualize to receivings 4 different kinds initiation or empowerment. And then you have already visualized top of his Padmasambhava's head there later on. So that is still there. So now, after you recite this 7-line prayer, and then you have to receive 4 different kind empowerments, and then first from later on the radiate, they're coming from later on, so lots of different kind. The radiate color white radiate coming to your physical or your head and to dissolves to yourselves. So that means is you receiving initiation of the bus or bus initiations, and then to get seat to accomplish nirvana kaya.
Tinenguru dimbe amabole de ser marbuchung de rangin dimbertim ngagi titi tamte ta de sangwe wanto lam deje chebadwan de bulungu de sabe gyude shaso sambe meba wa nibe mi batida narana.
I'm sorry, I cut off some meanings, the last one. I'm going to explain more now, because I'm terrible translator. When you receive things, the first empowerments, and then when you receive the white radiate and dissolves your physical, and that time also you have to consider purifications all your body's negativity, and then you got empowerment of the bus, and that is seed of the nirvana kaya to accomplish in future. And also after that you can visualize yourself as deity. And then second, Padmasambhava's from his neck, which you visualize the letter R, the red color, and then coming lots of red color radiate to dissolve your speech. So that is after you receive the empowerments, that is to purifying your speech negativities, and then after that you can reciting mantra, whatever you want to recite mantra, you can recite mantra, and that is seed of the Sambhukakaya to accomplish in future.
Dawang sumbe migbadi guru tuge hungi ngobotile sir ngobochung de rangi ningar tim yigi diri tamde ta de wang sumba shirawishi jawang to alam tene panyasi je lung zorim lung za lung de kumye suya odi kombala wang tene debu chugundu be sabin gyudi shaso sabin mebanarana.
And third empowerments you have to receiving from his heart letter homes, which is the blue color, and then lots of radiate coming to your minds or your heart to dissolve your heart, and that is to purify your all minds negativity, and then that is third empowerments. And after that you have got already seed of the Dharmakaya to accomplish in future through this empowerment, and also purifying all your mind negativities. And then after that you can do practice lamponya. Lamponya meaning is like you can do practice like your channel or nerves. So we say Taklung, so the nerves channel, that kind of practice. I don't know how to translate exactly. I think you know everything. So just this is a reminder, and that is like empowerment of the third empowerment.
Tawang shibe mi banade, then guriji karpo, dembe amabo, tuge humbo subudile, vese karmar tinsum duji the chunde. Dene rangi lunga yesum the timbe, kusum chanyam jikone sabititi tamje ta. Dene wang shiba tsuwa to, lam to wachim bukumba la wang. Dene debu ngoni gundu sabin jude shaso sabatite narano.
And when you're receiving empowerment of the fourth empowerments, that time, so you have to visualize the radiate coming from all those three different kind letter and three different kinds, and to dissolve your body, speech, mind. And then whatever you create your negative karma in previous lifetime and this lifetimes, that to making purifyings through this fourth empowerment, and also to receiving fourth empowerment or fourth empowerment or fourth initiations. And and then so you can do practice about you can after that when you're receiving after you receiving the fourth empowerment, then you can do practice of the Dzogpa Chimbo or Adi Yoga, and that is to making that is to giving seed or to receiving seed to make accomplish all those three kaya.
Odinda senane, ta dezo chidang arajo kompa setila, mikjeji kompa, mimiji kompa se ni yudu, te tamje mikjeji kompa sigiyares.
So generally, when we talk our practice, we have two different kind of practice. One practice is with signs, and one practice is without signs. So when we reciting this 7-line prayer and thinking, remembering the 5 excellences, and also remember all his kindness, all this kind of practice is practice of the with sign.
Guru Rinpoche da Miguji Soateva, Guru Rinpoche da Denda Java, Virgin number, Virgin number Shuni. Dene did in a round that team. Dene Rangi Simdang, Guru Rinpoche, Tu Nipa, Yemido, Deson Sabatina Nani, didn't I do Yamnenda, but in a 2 years or some compatible Yeva Sameina, then I do Simji Neluk said. Rigwaran Jungi Yeshisi Yori, or the turned pa le Machivacheti, Koran, the rest on him 2 years to say the Toneba, Rigwaran Jungi Yeshivache. And the day Tone, le Machivacheti, Koran, the on the Mayin, something. The day Tone, they get over the Shanaya, Koran, Ransha Randudo, the Sujani. Naya did mimic compass, it is. Mimic compass, look at that, Jenny, Cometa Yama, the Inaya Kona, Ranjungi, she don't worship it, Tone, the ding on the Mayan with the Guyodes.
And whatever we have done like that kind of practice with sign or with visualizations, that is, we say practice with sign. And then after that, we have to visualize, which is we visualize right in front of us the Padmasambhava, the Padmasambhava himself to dissolve light or radiate. And then radiate the dissolves ourselves or into our minds. And then so we have to visualize the Guru Rinpoche and ourselves to become inseparables. To become inseparable ourselves and Guru Rinpoche. And then when you do practice after that, you have to think carefully and you have to focus your minds. Whatever you thinking, whatever coming, lots of different kind concept or dualism mind or like ego or like, whatever you have like concepts, you have to ignorance or you have to things natural of your mind. And you have to survive from like that kind of concept, and you have to realize the concept itself is like emptiness. Concept itself is like natural. Concept itself is liberations. Nothing nothings to haltings. Nothing is like thinking. Nothing is like like dualisms, like subject and object and thinking, outer, inner. Like you don't have to thinking like that things. Just you have to realize your own natural mind, and you have to thinking. So whatever you have concept, whatever you have echo, that is like liberation from themselves to liberation from themselves. The all echo is like rang tall meaning is rang is like self, tall meaning is like liberations. To liberation is itself, mind itself, nothing any concept, nothing to thinking any like dualisms out into or like subject or objects. And then you have to focus on that, like that kind of natural minds, like keeping you are concentrated there, and without concept, without thinkings, and without dualisms minds, and without poison mind, just keeping over there. And then you have to do practice like very carefully. And that practice meaning we say without sign or without visualizations. And then when we talk about the different kind of excellences, like excellences of the preparation, and excellences of the real practice, actual practice, and excellences of the dedications practice. When we say actual practice, excellences of the actual practice, meaning also not not different meaning than that. Just like actual practice or like real practice, meaning you have to realize your reality mind. You have to realize your natural minds. And if you can realize, if you can keep your practice with like that meaning onto that level, and then we can say that is actual practice or real practice. We have three different kind of excellences. Actual practice meaning like we have to say like that kind of meaning or that kind of practice.
Guru dungi nangar tadam ji setabdi. Dene de jangar ta tingu pang putabu chedi. De jangar de tari chidu sundi kumde navi kiwe tawa di zo che. Di tu sumdu sabi kesa tamje. Di kesa de ranji gu chidu. Ta negab ki dine ki chidu mayimba. Kesa de simje tamje da pangwa. Simje tamje ki kowa dunga ji jadu de tredi. Dengi do dobi sanji ji kowa tobar shoji sambe tu neba dila temba nang dene gengo diya dene nyambu soro nang.
So after we have done like this kind of practice, and then we have to do third excellences practice or dedication practice. So whatever we got virtue, whatever we accumulate merit through this kind of practice, like practice of the preparation, practice of the actual, whatever we got through that practice, our virtue, our merit, and then our dedication times, we have to dedicate all those kind of virtue, all those merit, to dedicate all sentient beings to get Buddhahood, to dedicate all sentient beings to get peace and happiness, and dedicate for all sentient beings to become free from many different kinds of sufferings. So that is, we say, the third excellences or excellences of the dedications practice. So therefore, we have done preparation practice, and also we have done actual practice, how to visualize with sign, how to visualize without sign. And also, generally, when you're doing practice, you have to follow like this kind of three different kind of excellences. And also now, now we can do the third excellences practice or like dedication practice all together.
Keje salang gurba sho sanje kusum nyebe chilotang chunye mingyur dembe chilotang gindu mi jindumbe chilotang ngowa melang dabze ruba sho Tembe Bejur Lame Shabete, Tenri Jibu Satin Yongla, Tembe Jindang Adan Jorbake, Temba Yurin Nebe Tashi Sho. Tadi, Chende Didi, Chidi Sunditba, Didi Jitu Shivayi, Dene, Kandarangaranta, Tegwa Chimbu Lamna. Shuge Kansa Shara Yindu, and then it have a chimbu with that Chotamjagi, Tawandabati, Shamben Chanji Sim Sandy, Tewachimbuchi, Yin Buddhavari, Nazo Kanduki Nagayine, Tomaran Godilas, Shamben Direct Simji message. Mushimiba maybe get a better. Mushimiba maybe Taklung Tsetrul Rinpoche, Mimi, number of Yungi already, did I menaji Mimi Jidunzam Nayanda. Tamajunga Tambeti Simbajan, Kandar, Tabachimbuchi, Nimbudabudi, Shana, Neva Shidan Java Payeta, Shambe Shidan Java Druedi, Tabachimbuchi, Nimbudabu, did I in Tanda and Dirolayami, Taga Jijun Chogi. Did it then but the Simjana Gondi, did I get Chudo? Now, didn't hang it to Tommy Tamiki and I, Temba the Simjan of Gondi, the Degapa, Chuto Yabu Tuana, Mahon Banaya, Jitula Khan, did attend the Tembacha, Shana Yagipa, Temba the Simjan Gatundo, Kunshilana Meva Yavatendo, Tingaranga, Hajangipa, Jesuita Johnson.
So, today I offer very short teaching and I share a little bit my experience. However, since we are Mahayana Buddhism and since we are Mahayana practitioner, so therefore very important to have a good heart and very important to generate bodhicitta minds. That is main base or foundation of the Mahayana. So therefore, I want to request all of you to generate bodhicitta and also to be nice person and helping all sentient beings. And then since our Jetsunma, she established this much nice center and sangha, I am very glad. And also since you have very excellent plan to build monastery and to making growing sangha, that is like unbelievable. So I am really happy and I am rejoicing with all of you. Whatever you have done, this is really, very excellent and I appreciate. And also in future, please you have to participate with Jetsunma, whatever she's doing with devotions, with faith, you have to participate with her. And this is for benefit all sentient beings, not only herself, not only yourself. So you have to have loving kindness and compassion, and you have to generate bodhicitta, and also you have to do practice continually as much as if you can do. I appreciate all the times, and continually I am going to prayer, and also. Also, I want to request again one more. You have to continue this kind of activity. You have to do this kind of activity continually, not only today, not only tomorrow, because this is not only yourself. This is for all sentient beings. Whatever you're going to build monastery, whatever you're doing like this kind of dharma activity, this is for all sentient beings. So therefore, this is very important to growing up your sangha. Very important to having like this kind of plan to making builds monastery, to try to growing the sangha. So this kind of dharma activity is very nice and very how to say, unbelievable. So I appreciate all the time and I rejoicing, and so you have to participate sincerely from your heart. So I want to say something like that.
Tanda Jetsunma Rinpoche Tenbyuchi Kungam Dimigi Tinda Yebe Nedru Takin Chati Tinda Chungsung Tinda Hindu Tinda Ji Guru Menju Tinda Pa Lamdo Longbachi 당 되네 거지 링보 되네 된도도 제바 탈치마 용야기 아래면은 슈기.
And I got letter from our Jetsunma Rinpoche, and since she's not so well and she has appointment today with doctor, and I'm a little bit worried, but I'm going to prayer all the times to become very good health, and also to growing her all dharma activity continually for all sentient beings, and also you must prayer for her to become long life, to become very good health, and to become very good dharma activity all over the world. And also I'm going to prayers continually for myself.
되네 대도 총바지기 최소 되지다 넘버 생계장 지고들 파제메와당 되네 최선 공송기 차와들도 봐 탈침바당 되네 템바도 심정기 돈도 제바 봐 배밀다 제바든도 참아 게든 발주메바 발준도 권에 공배도 용해 되기게 되는 담블링기 강나에 템바도 심정의 패도 같이모 용해기 아니면 음식이.
And also I'm going to pray for all of you, all our Sangha member, or all our Jetsunma's disciples. I'm going to pray to become good health without obstacle, without sickness and illness. And also I'm going to pray until to get accomplish all your practice, and also to becomes very good activity everywhere, all the times for everybody. And I'm very happy, and also not only that, I'm hopefully going to be growing out this center, very smoothly, without any obstacle, without any without any obstacle. So I'm praying all the times to growing this center, and without obstacle your activity, without obstacle your practice to become accomplish everything. So I'm going to I'm going to pray all your member and disciple.
되는 차리나나 지양 죽을지 지디나 집도 용토나 소해진도데 단디가 단에야지 비네팔라에 진도거에다 지딘데 야만도에도 때지 디네팔라 자가다 팔라 요보지로 거에도 지베유디 진도에 디네 캐닌도 망보지랑 차서 디게기 이제 투미지 to cover the dinner and Jamato in a Yamahona, and then tissue.
And also I got message from our Jetsunma in letter, and she explained to come back me again here to give some teachings. And I don't think this times I can come back to here again, because I'm very busy schedule. I have very busy schedule in the United States. And after that, then I have to go back to India in my monastery to taking care of all my Sangha. And also after that, I have to go to Kathmandu as soon as possible to give some empowerment and teachings. So therefore, I don't think this time I can come back to this center. However, so in future we can keep in touch, and hopefully I can come back again to give some teachings, and to according to our Jetsunma's wish. So I can do could be we can do in future. So therefore we can keep in touch in future.
Kalutan Devi, Dinanje, Chuzo Tamegi, Taningala, Jimmy Segi, Nene, Davidana, Dinne, Ning Tabane, Tojichi, didn't Tamatam, Dashi.
And today, according to our Jetsunma's advice, all Sangha and member to invite me here and make very good organize, I'm really very happy and I'm very glad. And I want to say again one more, thank you so much, and Tashidere for all of you. And short notice. I'm really sorry. I'm sure there are so many mistakes from my translate, and I'm requires please, you can listen this cassette because they're recording. I scared with His Holiness, and I embarrassing with all of you. And I'm between person, and also I got lots of suffering, so I might be barju this suffering. So, however, I want to request His Holiness Rinpoche give really excellent teaching, really meaningful teaching. I'm sure I mistake many things, and I apologize, but you can get good translator in future, and then the translator can make correct, and you can listen again more. I never study English. This is my artificial English. So I'm very sorry to using artificial English like this kind of our noble person, noble Lama, and also like this kind noble Sangha. I'm really sorry, but I'm happy to come here because since also I'm Payul and I'm also Parinirvana student, and I devote Jetsunma, and Parinirvana give me like Hempo position, and I'm very happy to see all of you. We are like same lineage and same master, and we are Dharma brother and Dharma sister. I'm happy to offering if I can, but very difficult to do from my side. So therefore, I request to translate arcanes from someone to listening on this cassette, and also I'm going to request Jetsunma to translate arcane from another good translator, because Rinpoche give really excellent teaching, really meaningful teaching. So if this teaching listening you, I think I will get lots of bad karma. So
Jesus.